to be able to score and to pass. She sets everything up for Notre Dame.
Second game of the tournament for the Irish in their home whites. It is the third game in 3 days for Miami in the road dark greens. Hurricanes, with this nice run into the semifinals, have played their way off the bubble. They'll be headed back to the NCAA tournament. For Notre Dame, what's at stake? A spot in the finals and perhaps securing home court for the first and second rounds of the NCAA tournament as a top 16 seed. They are on the host bubble right now. Here is Miles looking for the screen up top. Maya Dodson is their big, the 6'3" grad student from Georgia. Maddie Westbeld, whose sister won a national championship with the Irish.
That might be a little too far out for Olivia Miles. She has improved her three-point shooting, but Notre Dame plays zone. This is what you'll see. Good portion of the game.
Destiny Harden is number 3 in the dark jersey for Miami. Marshall, their leading scorer, and Kelsey Marshall knocks it down, the grad student from Davie, Florida.
And they move the ball like that, and Marshall, who did not make a 3 in the Louisville game, could get hot and hurry.
Here is Sonia Citron, number 11 in white. That's the other big-time recruit that has come on strong for Notre Dame. They also start the sophomore, Maddie Westbeld. Miami was out of bounds. Let's check in with Kelly.
Guys, Olivia Miles reached an incredible milestone yesterday in Notre Dame's win. She reached the 200 assist mark in the regular season. She became just the 5th Notre Dame player ever to do that in one season. And one of those other players was her head coach, Niele Ivey, who won a national championship with Notre Dame back in 2001. Olivia Miles says she loves playing for a head coach that was once a point guard, guys.
You know what, Beth, remember how we always used to say no team has ever won the national championship with their point guard as the leading scorer, right? Olivia Miles leads this team in scoring. Until last year, Kiana Williams, Stanford, in the history of our game, Stanford is the only team, and I checked with Diana Taurasi in 04, she was not the point guard. So the only time that's happened was Kiana Williams last year, who led Stanford in scoring, and Stanford won the national championship.
What is the lesson for folks at home? You've got to not only be a scoring threat as a point guard, but you've got to be a distributor and a facilitator, right?
You got to be, I think, the best teams, obviously, because it's only happened once.
Yep.
It has a point guard that thinks pass first, score second.
Good shooters,
but you got to be a threat, though. You can't just be pass only.
She is second in the country in assists behind Caitlin Clark at Iowa, who is looking to become the first woman ever to lead the country in scoring and assists. I mean, that's just extraordinary.
Well, it only happened once on the men's side, right? Trey Young.
Yeah. His freshman year, his only year at Oklahoma.
We went Trey all day on the network.
Oh, we sure did.
For his whole season, once he started doing those things.
Katie Meyer in her 17th season, the former stud player at Duke, and now the winningest coach in Miami history, getting set for a return trip to the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2018.
They're long and they're athletic. They're well prepared to go inside out against the zone. They've got to use their size right there on Maya Dodson and try to attack the top shot blocker in the ACC. Dodson on the inside for Notre Dame.
There's Niele Ivey in her second year now, taking over for Muffet McGraw. Played on a national championship team, assisted. Long time for the Fighting Irish.
You know, because Notre Dame's not a pressure up the line, over-aggressive defense, it's not a bad matchup for Miami in their third day, right? So they're not going to have to play against the harassment of a Louisville defense. This will be a little bit of a different test for them.
Five on the shot clock. Miles. Dump it inside to Dodson. Goes to the left hand to round it out.
And keep an eye on Julia Williams, number 12, the freshman for Miami. She's guarding Miles. She guards the best perimeter player for the other team, or the biggest threat.
Irish have missed their first 4 shots. A win over Duke in the first round and the upset of Louisville yesterday. They have held their first 2 opponents under 60 points and to just 35% shooting. Tremendous balance in the Duke win, and then all Destiny Harden all night yesterday in the upset. It's going to be an offensive foul setting the screen. And that is on Dodson, and that is her second. And she will have to come out. Sam Brunel will come on.
So what they give up with a defensive effort and a hard post-up in Dodson, they get a 3-point shooter on the top of the floor, and Sam Brunel, who made 4 yesterday in the win.
Picked up 14 points as they handled Georgia Tech without much trouble. Williams thought about it against the zone. Now they'll try and skip over the top of it. Off the ball fake, Marshall.
You get it in the short corner, you get behind that defense, and you utilize your quickness. Really good patience by Miami, moving the ball side to side.
She was the one bright spot in the regular season matchup. Kelsey Marshall had 18 against Notre Dame. Plagued by turnovers. They've got to do a better job taking care of the ball if they want a shot at it today.
It's just good ball movement right here. It's the ball fake out on the perimeter that occupies Brunel that allows you to get the ball to the short corner, which pulls the center out of the zone. It's very well executed. Same set, same thing.
Marshall?
Well, if you're a 3-point shooter like Kelsey Marshall, you know you love seeing a zone. Are you kidding?
After the 7-0 start, they've carried some of that momentum over from the big win yesterday. It was their first top 25 net win of the season. And that's why Charlie Cream has moved them off the bubble and into the tournament. Back in a moment. Winner of this showdown, and right now Miami off to the 7-0 lead. Notre Dame starting the day 0 for 5 from the floor. Miami shooting 50%. Still looking at the 2-3 zone. They'll try and shoot over the top of it. Good offensive rebound from Mbandu.
Nakia Gray is also a 3-point threat. There's the trap on the baseline by Notre Dame. The City Bobby gets it knocked off the leg of Westbeld. Good trap in the corner by the Irish. A nice change out of the zone by Niele Ivey.
4 on the shot clock. Marshall? Oh, it's good. I think they might have to take another look at that.
I don't know if that, they're going to look at it in the next dead ball. I'm not sure she got that off. That was close.
They'll count it for now. 10-0. Canes. And the steal for Miami. And then a foul committed by Miles in transition.
That is a hard foul and a play on the ball.
We get a look at the shot clock. Oh boy, that's close. I'll take another look at that the next timeout.
You know what? I like Niele Ivey taking a freshman out for a seat.
On the inbound and off the backboard. score, 12-zip Miami.
Sidi Baba didn't get a lot of playing time yesterday in the game versus Louisville, but he only played 6 minutes. He's getting an early start here this afternoon.
Brunel and the Irish still can't break the ice here. Marshall gonna take it all the way. Lost the handle on the way in.
This is the way Notre Dame likes to play. Fast.
Mabry pushes, and Westbeld finishes. Brunel with the rebound. Sidi Baba's miss.
Gotta have high hands on Mabry. She'll fire. Good help inside by Ariavets.
Stripped away by Carla, the senior from Croatia, one of 3 transfers with extensive playing time. Mayana Peoples gets the bucket off the takeaway.
Really good anticipation by Peoples. Not out there to score, but out there to make plays like that for Notre Dame. The Irish are gone man. I like the change again by Niele Ivey. You got to find some way to stimulate the rhythm of your offense. Sometimes changing your defensive effort can do that.
And Bondu. Weak side rebound, Citron. Freshman out of Scarsdale, New York. Gets Westbeld a touch. And he's got it again. The bounce, the spin, short. Sidi Baba will try again and get fouled.
Good extra effort. Katie Meyer again going deeper into that bench early today, maybe to prevent fatigue kicking in.
That's the first on Westbeld.
That was a heck of a win and party last night, I'm sure, for Coach Meyer and her staff and her family. She told her players they had 30 minutes to enjoy it, look at their phones, and then we're going to start thinking about next.
Hey, it's Coach K's final game tonight at Cameron Indoor. Taking on North Carolina. Coverage on ACC Net starts with Nothing But Net at 4:30. And then coverage continues with the secondary look at the ball game on ACC Net. And, of course, the game call on ESPN tonight, 6 o'clock Eastern.
Can't imagine what it's going to feel like for Coach K. Expecting 80 to 90 former players. I don't know what the fire marshal's going to be thinking in there, but maybe they gave him a nice trip or a cruise somewhere to a warm destination.
Oh, the joint will be jumping tonight.
And
what are you guys talking about on your show? I mean, there's a Coach K cam, right, the whole time, and then you and Packer and Durham going to be telling some good stories, I would imagine?
Tell some stories, do some interviews with some former players, obviously protect the game. It is a big game, Duke, North Carolina. I mean, you can't forget that. They've played each other 257 times.
Semifinal here on the women's side, and a great start for Miami. Final minute of this first quarter.
You're looking at Miami freshman Jalea Williams, this year's winner of the 17th annual Bob Bradley Spirit and Courage Award. Before her junior year of high school, Williams was diagnosed with scoliosis so severe she underwent surgery at Miami's Nicholas Children's Hospital to correct the 67-degree curvature in her spine. Despite 6 months of painful rehab and recovery, Williams was back on the floor for her junior season, led her high school to its first state championship in 30 years as a senior. In her first year at Miami, she's already making a big impact. Named to the All-ACC freshman team and has started 22 games for the Canes and just scored that bucket, guys.
Yeah, she had 8 points, 5 rebounds in the quarterfinal upset of Louisville yesterday. Doing a real nice job out of Pompano Beach.
A wonderful young woman.
Sam Brunel for the Irish looking for 3. Notre Dame has started out just 2 of 10.
Destiny Harden might get a peek at this shot right here.
Harden starting out 0 for 2. Gray rounding out.
Maybe she took that shot too soon.
Mabry deep 3. And that'll do it for the first quarter of play. And a good one for Miami. Niele Ivy's a little hot right now at her ball club. They find themselves down early.
Yesterday, and I mean, I apologize. I thought they were on the 6 line still. They're on the 5 line. I had them on the 6 at the end of the Virginia Tech game. My bad, Kenny Brooks.
See if the Irish can get it going. They were quiet in that first quarter, and hats off to Miami doing a good job holding the Irish down.
Well, I think it's an important coaching move by Niele Ivy to get Maya Dotson back on the floor with those 2 fouls.
Just 4 points in that first quarter, and a couple more there from Mabry.
Dotson with those 2 fouls. Let's see if Miami's size can get after that.
They're trying to protect her in the middle of that zone, and Miami attacks her.
Well, she's not going to try to block a shot now with 2 fouls, so you need to get right after her, into her body, and try to tempt her.
Lola Pendande missed the shot and then committed the foul. Offensive foul. That's the second on Olivia, and she will come out.
I mean, she turns the corner and she gets in the paint. Watch her turn the corner off this screen. It's a great job by Miami to rotate over and get outside the restricted area. The restricted area in play when that play begins outside the lower defensive box.
Harden scoreless through that first quarter of play after 27-point performance in the Louisville upset. Blocked out of bounds, and let's see, Dotson is close here. Who are they going to call this on? Looks like it's going to go to Westbeld. And now she has 2, so 3 starters with 2 fouls for the Irish.
There's a lot of traffic, and Ariavats puts it on the deck and gets inside to draw the foul. You see Westbeld from behind. You got to challenge Dotson while she's on the floor.
Carla Ariavets, the Croatian senior, transferred in from Wyoming. Didn't score in their quarterfinal win, but had 7 assists.
You know, I kind of feel like Notre Dame's start is similar to NC State's start. Just a little bit slower than usual.
Oh, I'm sure they were anticipating a matchup with Louisville, and Miami knocked them out. The 2 seed gone.
Peoples with a 3. Is that her first 3 of the season? I can't even believe she took it.
That's their first of the ball game.
That's what Katie Meyer's going. See, that's how good we're doing. No one else has made a 3, and a 1 who's never made one.
Second violation on Miami. Don't see many of those anymore.
I always like a 3-second call early in the game. That way the players know the officials are paying attention to that part of the floor. There's so much to keep an eye on.
Citron looking for her first points as well today. Dodson to the left.
Yeah, she has improved so much, Beth. She is so good finishing around the rim. The transfer from Stanford.
Seven double-doubles in her last 13 games for the Irish. Harden, good for three, her first basket. She only had 10 all season before yesterday's outburst. Had 4.
That's what the ACC tournament is all about, especially for seniors. I'm going to throw a name out at you from way back in the old times. How about a little Olivia Darty from Wake Forest?
That was a Darty party against Duke, right? Almost knocked them out. What'd you have, 34?
I was thinking it was over 30, I know for sure. They were the 8 seed, or maybe the 9. I'm trying to remember back then when there were 8 or 9 teams in the tournament. Or in the league, really, not just in the tournament. Duke was the #1 seed, had to go to overtime.
Mabry bothered on the shot. Duke under Gail Gestencourt's won 5 ACC tournament titles in a row. That's the record. Carolina and Notre Dame have won 4 straight. Maryland had a 3-peat back in the 80s. Now tomorrow, NC State will try for the 3-peat, as Harden is fouled underneath. That'll be the first on Brunel.
So connected, this Miami group. They have incredible chemistry. They all get along. Katie Meyer does a great job in film prep and game prep. And she's a pretty good game adjuster as well.
Hey, Sunday night on ACC Network, it's the ACC Wrestling Championship from John Paul Jones Arena at Virginia. Sean Kenny and Rock Harrison on the call. Coverage of the ACC Wrestling Championships Finals begins at 7 Eastern right here on ACC Net and on the ESPN app tomorrow night. ACC Women's Basketball Championship noon tomorrow on ESPN2. 4 straight championship games for you with the Big Ten, the SEC, and the Pac-12 to follow.
What a day, right? Just set your dial and put your yoga mat on the floor and do a few stretches in between.
Those teams all play their semifinals later today. We do know the Pac-12 will be defending national champion Stanford taking on Utah. Perhaps in those middle games we might get a peek at Iowa's Caitlin Clark and Aaliyah Boston of South Carolina in the Big Ten and SEC finals. Citron got it. Her first bucket. Miami able to get it into the lane and around and out.
Job Ditaldi catches in the deep post.
Another one of those Syracuse transfers that we've seen pop up around the country. Westbeld nails the 3.
It was a matter of time before they got in sync. Miami's got to be able to score against this zone because it's really tough to defend all the options. And there's a fatigue or focus, either one, mistake. Little pop action by Westbeld.
And after the 4-point first quarter, the Irish have scored 14 here in 5 minutes of this second quarter. They've hit 6 of their last 7 shots. Citron swatted, trying to trigger a Miami break. And the pull up, they had several of those go in and out. And that's going to be a travel on Jaldi Tabdi. We got a timeout here in the semifinals of the ACC tournament. Notre Dame and Louisville. They came over from the Big East and were immediately dominant forces. And then NC State winners of the last 2 in a row, going back to the 80s. You, I believe, Debbie, were the last NC State bunch to win the regular season and the tournament at NC State.
Yeah. My 1985 team. Shout out to my teammates. We won the regular season and the tournament. We got knocked out in the Sweet 16 that year. I played in 3 finals of the tournament, but we only won 1.
And then it was off to spring break after that, or what?
We definitely went to spring break 3 out of the 4 years in the tournament.
Oh, Miles with a pretty find to Citron. Get ready, Irish fans. That'll be happening in another 3 years. The 2 youngsters hooking up.
Look at the vision up the floor. Butt to the sideline, eyes to the rim, and you run hard and wide. 9-0 run for the Irish to give them their first lead in the game.
That's to Harden. They work it inside. Jaldi Topney. Dodson got a block. Got to be careful not to get the 3rd foul, as Maeva kept after it.
You know, sometimes I wonder why, in that situation, players don't finish with their offhand. You know, rim body ball, so she can't block it.
Peoples off the hesitation.
You want Peoples to take shots if you're Miami. She would be the 5th option on the floor offensively.
Ariavets leaves it for Harden. Citron. And now Miles tied up and fouled by Destiny Harden. That will be her 2nd personal. Don't forget about Monday night on ACC Network, the final 2 episodes of The Tournament, a history of ACC men's basketball. It'll get underway at 9 o'clock, parts 9 and 10. You can always catch up on the episodes on your ESPN app.
Twist action right there by West Bell so she can get open for a triple. They come to set a screen on one side, then they twist. Change the angle.
Continues to work against the zone. Tough pass.
Just one more bounce and then a feed in there, and that would have been a better angle. The one thing, though, about Miami, if you turn it over, which they have done 9 times, there haven't been a lot of live ball turnovers that allows Notre Dame to run. You want to make them right here. Play side to side, make them execute. Brunel's much better when she catches it when she's moving in that middle third, because in the slot, between the slots, that's her offense.
Pendande running the floor, and she gets rewarded for it.
Look, Miami is going to be really interested in the NCAA tournament, right? Their length.
Foul called on Williams. That is her 2nd.
Nice job by Pendande. Big's got to run ahead of the ball.
Couple fouls on Harden and Williams. They are both out right now for Miami.
Good closeout by City Baba. Now to let Mabry get a 3 off.
Miles way outside, drills it.
With 1 on the shot clock.
That first bucket.
That's the exciting part of her game, Beth. Oh, good look, good find to the corner of the backboard. We're on the same angle as Ariavets. Watch the shot clock running down. 3, 2. That's a deep contested shot. I think Miami's defense would like that. She just happened to make it. The percentages, though, would be against her making that. She's only a 26% three-point shooter, Olivia Miles.
Just over a minute to go here in the first half. Bandu. Citron's got it.
I'm not sure that's a good shot. Maybe one more ball reversal, then take that shot.
Miles between 3 or 4 defenders. Irish will keep. First quarter belonged to Miami. Second quarter, it's been all Irish to get back into it and take the lead for the first time. And Sidi Baba will be called for the foul inside. So that gets Westbeld to the line, and these will be the first free throws of the day for the Fighting Irish. He's a 73% shooter.
You know what, Neil? Ivy's going to get to the locker room. It's going to be a one-possession game. Maya Dotson has survived 2 fouls inside. She got her a little run in the second quarter. Miami's got to be pleased as well. This is an upset, another upset bid by Miami.
They've already knocked out the 2-seed Louisville. They did it yesterday with a buzzer beater. And hanging around here at the half with the 3-seed Fighting Irish. Good ball pressure coming from Notre Dame. Off the bounce and off the window. Sidi Baba with the bucket to tie it up. Miles, good if it goes. 20 minutes in the books for a spot in the ACC tournament final. 26 all. After this short break, nothing but net at our halftime report.
Harden with 1.7 on the game clock. Has to be, in my mind, in my estimation, in many years I've been here, the tournament, top 3 upsets in the history of the event. Of course, it's 15 years ago that Kay Yao's team in 2007 knocked off #1 and undefeated Duke in the semifinals. That, to me, is the greatest upset in the history of the event.
In 1992, Georgia Tech reached the final as a 7 seed. And that is the lowest seeded team to ever reach it. Their lowest seed to ever win it, a 5 seed. It's happened on a couple of occasions. Westbeld picks up the loose ball and gets fouled.
Well, I remember in 2006 when there were 3 teams from the ACC that made it to the Final Four. It was Duke, North Carolina, and Maryland. And Brenda Frese won her first national championship. And she had never won the ACC tournament. She won the national championship before she won the ACC. That's how tough it was during that time.
They lost to North Carolina in the final that year as the Tar Heels won 4 straight from 2005 to 2008. That was in response to Duke winning 5 in a row. And those legendary years around the ACC with the Alana Beards and the Ivory Lattas and outstanding teams at Maryland and Virginia and Clemson with Jim Davis. Seemed like every week, Debbie, there was a top 10 showdown around the ACC. Nice feed, Harden with the lane.
That was the first set that Miami ran to start the game, to get that diagonal skip over the top. Very well executed by the Hurricanes.
Scoop for Miles won't go.
Watch the seal on the backside by Harden. And then Citron leaves the basket. You got to protect inside out there. Good job by Jalea Williams to make that feed right to the target hand. That's why against the zone, you got to keep moving. You got to move the ball. You got to cut through it. You got to go through the elbows and through that logo area. And that zone is designed to keep the ball out of the middle of the floor. So that's where you want to go if you're an offensive player.
Uses glass.
I mean, her athleticism shines through, doesn't it?
She's got 6. But it's been a pace and a tempo controlled by Miami. They'd love a game sub 60 today. Deep 3 ball, and it's good. And a foul off the ball underneath on the Irish.
What a ball fake by Kelsey Marshall. This is a tremendous fake, and then on the weak side, it's a foul on the rebound. The basket counts. This could be a big swing for Miami.
Deep 3 from Marshall, and then the 3rd foul on Westbell.
This could be a 6-point play.
Area vets to inbound.
Hard's really working hard to seal on that weak side. They missed her.
Pendande misses. Miles has a weak side. Olivia off the hesitation. Picked up the dribble.
Boy, Niele Ivy's working hard over there, isn't she? She's a hop, skip, and a jump over there coaching her team.
Dodson. Good position inside. They're going to get her for an offensive foul. And that'll be her 3rd. So the 2 bigs with 3 each.
The thing is she didn't need that. She's already inside the restricted area on the catch. You just need to turn and go over that left shoulder. She already did all the hard work to get a deep catch.
Vets.
Skip over the top. Pendande working for position in there.
Area vets off the dribble and good.
See, she drives right into the post up, but Pendande holds her position, doesn't allow any help.
4-point advantage for the Canes. Brunel for 3 with the response.
If you had a Brunel shot chart, it's in the middle 3rd of the floor, in the slots, between the free throw lane line extended. That's where she scores.
That's dropped it off for Pendande, and a foul inside on the Irish. Coach K's final game at Cameron Indoor coming up tonight. Duke and Carolina starts here on ACC Net with nothing but net at 4:30. Then the second stream of the game, North Carolina and Duke. The main stream, of course, on ESPN tonight, 6 o'clock. Watch it on several different devices.
I might go out there to Krzyzewskiville after the game, see what's going on out there.
Probably a party happening, especially if they win.
There's a party going on all the time over there.
They got the dub earlier this year over North Carolina, over at the Smith Center.
They won by 20 the first time, but North Carolina has a chance to move up in the ACC seedings on the men's side to a 2 seed for the tournament. So this game matters. It always does. Cameron's only had 489 consecutive sellouts.
Dodson, pretty finish. She's starting to heat up now that she can play a little more freely without the foul issues. Another deep 3. Marshall. She's got 11. Her third triple.
Maybe not.
A little bit out of her range there. She will come out. Westbeld returns. Mabry also back out for Notre Dame.
Miami conserving energy here.
Approaching the midway point of this third quarter. And the 7 seed right there. Still very much in play as that first ever trip to an ACC championship game. Area Vets got it.
Uh-oh. The triples are starting to fall against the zone. 6 3-point baskets for Miami. Got to come with a long closeout on Mabry.
Brunel looking to create some space off the bounce. Rebounded by Harden.
That's the set that made Katie Lou Samuelson at UConn an All-American. She made that shot every time.
Harden directing traffic. 6 points today for Destiny. Tough shot. Offensive rebound. Stick back, no. Third chance. Pendande. Gonna get to the line.
Carla Area Vets catch and shoot in that corner. You know, there's 17 panels between the sideline and the three-point line. Not a lot of room to get it off. The fact that they keep adding years to his life, or taking years away, I should say, making him older and older.
They are going for the three-peat in the finals tomorrow, awaiting either Miami or Notre Dame. Kelly, what you got for us from that Notre Dame huddle?
Niele Hyvee was drawing up a few things that she wanted them to do offensively. We'll maybe see a little more Olivia Miles off ball, but the biggest thing that she did, guys, she wrote number 20 in big letters on her whiteboard and said, we must find number 20. Don't let her get open. Well, as you guys know, number 20 is fifth-year senior Kelsey Marshall, who's had a pretty good third quarter.
Yeah, she's got 11 points right now. Miami on an 8-0 run.
Notre Dame standing around, coming off the timeout there. Miles putting Micaiah Gray in jail.
Gets to the line. Well, you can't help but wonder. I mean, we've been there, and you hear people talking about it all the time. When you expect that the opponent was going to be someone else and healthy and a much bigger name, and then it doesn't happen like it did for NC State earlier, like it's doing for Notre Dame today. Now, you got to wonder if maybe that took a little bit of juice out of their game to open up today. And it's been a fight to get it back throughout, the first 30 minutes here.
I definitely thought NC State started the game like that, and I thought Notre Dame did the same thing. Looked like they were just kind of like a half a step, a half a beat off. Maybe it was fatigue.
NC State thought it was going to be Carolina when they got Virginia Tech, and then 2 starters were out for Tech. And now here, of course, Miami, the stunner yesterday, the 7 seed, eliminating the 2 seed Louisville. Probably changed Notre Dame's plans a little bit.
I'm not saying that going against 40 minutes of zone is easier, but I'm just saying it's not as hard.
I think that does mean that you're saying it's easier.
I didn't say
I'm not going to get technical on you. It's great.
That's not what I said.
Hits.
Don't be pulling that English major stuff on me now.
Well, I'm just doing some math right now, Debbie, and look at this score for Miami. Last couple of minutes of this third quarter.
You get on a run, you have an emotional fourth quarter against Louisville like they experienced last night. You have less than 24 hours to come back. Still got some juice pumping.
Off the dribble into the lane. Irish made her alter the shot. They'll have it here with 9 seconds, Miami. Left on the shot.
Well, I've been around Katie Meyer for a long time in film, in practice. Film with her team, film when it's not with her team. I mean, I learn something from her all the time. She's an incredible dissector of the game, if you will. Got great balance, builds terrific relationships with her players, and runs some good out-of-bounds stuff.
There you go.
How about that?
9-point lead for Miami. They have held the Irish scoreless here for over 4 minutes.
And recruiting has gone well for Coach Meyer. She's got a McDonald's All-American coming in next year. As Miles gets in the paint to score, there's that one-handed signature layup of Olivia Miles.
And then yapping at her teammates, hey, let's pick up the pace here a little bit. Good flash to the high post, in and out from Mbandu.
Got to stop the ball in transition.
Miles drops it off nicely for Dodson. Timeout Miami. Too easy for Miles. Finding a seam.
If you allow Olivia Miles to see the floor without duress, she's going to pick you apart. Nice leave for Dodson. Bucket.
Dropping duress and dissector.
The #1 seed will be affected by that loss at all. I think that might matter where they go as the #1, depending on what happens in the Big 12.
Been a bit of a roller coaster for Destiny. Our Bojangles big moment. NC State and Louisville likely to both be #1 seeds, along with South Carolina and Stanford.
Yeah, Maya Dotson's got to get more aggressive right now. She has 3 personal fouls, but she has to affect those shots, if not block them. And look, she's posting up hard. Now she's got a block on one end. She's got a strong post up to draw a foul on Pendande.
Actually, they're going to give that to Williams. That's her 3rd. Jalea will check out. Final minute of the 3rd quarter. On the inbound, Westbeld short.
There's number 20.
Marshall.
Yeah, you got to call that because there was contact.
That's the 3rd on Olivia.
Been a pretty clean game.
Yeah, there's been a little bit of tood going back and forth between the point guards today. Not a whole lot of chatter, but some good body language back and forth as they've been fighting for their territory out there. Two-possession lead for Miami. Miles uses the Dotson screen to pull up. That won't go. 8 of the 10 on the floor. We're crashing the boards on that one. Still got to get a shot up before the break. Peoples into the lane.
Got to close out on her as a driver, not as a shooter.
Marshall pumps the brake, says we'll take one final shot. Pendande, no. To the 4th quarter we go, and a 6-point lead for the 7-seed Miami. Last 2 ACC tournament championships. Prior to that, Notre Dame. 5 times since they joined the ACC, they have hoisted the trophy.
Muffet came into the league and in the first 6 years went 90-5 in the ACC.
Dominated. been to the championship game. That's what they're fighting for. Gray, deep three. Had success before that in the early days of the Big East. Fern Labate.
You know who the first basketball coach at Miami was?
I do.
Lynn Dunn. Very nice, Beth. Coach Dunn's probably watching.
Oh.
Nice.
Westbeld assisted by Miles.
I mean, you got to get in her vision. You got to keep her in front. You can't let her go where she wants to go. You got to dictate with your defense.
Fourth assist for Olivia. It's been a tournament dominated by the defenses thus far.
Defensive fake.
Westbeld, no.
Playing on top of this Irish zone, you got to get inside it.
Dotson with a block, numbers for Notre Dame. Citron and Miles, and tipped loose. Citron trying to clean it up and does. Sonia's got 6, back to a 2-point game. Under 8 to go. Marshall.
Yeah, right now, Miami's just playing on the top of the defense, so they're not getting anything down to the short corner, down the lane line, a piece of the paint and a kick. When you just pass the ball around the perimeter, that plays right into Notre Dame's hands defensively, because you're not really making them work either.
8-1, Irish run. Miles blocked.
You got to push right here. Look how hard Miami's running the floor.
Baseline drive out the other side. Area vets no. Offensive rebound, and the stick back is good. Pendande.
Beth, that's because they push. You take the ball all the way to the baseline, you flatten out that zone, you throw that drift pass. It's good work before the zone gets organized.
Five on the shot clock. Miles steps back short.
Miami's got to keep pushing right here. You can't play to protect. You got to stay aggressive. Protect the lead.
Does Destiny Harden make her presence felt again in a big fourth quarter? Here she is with the ball. And hit the back of the basket out of bounds. And coming up here on ACC Network after the game, the Nothing But Net crew will have complete post-game coverage, highlights, analysis, and insight for you. Get you ready for the championship game tomorrow. Citron, and a little too much body.
Look at Kelsey Marshall. But that's what you want to see out of your senior leader. She's clapping, right? She's looking at her team like, come on. She knows this is a critical time right here. You've got to dig deep, right? This is what all that preseason stuff is all about.
Citron switches to the left hand and lays it in.
All that preseason weightlifting and swimming and plyometrics and whatever they do with rubber bands and stuff like that. They don't do the same things we did, but whatever they do. Except for Destiny Harden, she didn't have a preseason. She missed the first 10 games.
Yeah.
Look how well she's played.
Number 10 on the shot clock. Area vets will try and create. Marshall, another good ball fake for 3. No.
Look at Harden.
Harden keeps it alive.
Katie Meyer telling her club, settle down. on the same page as Ariavets. Got to go.
Ariavets to skip. Marshall will try again. No. Here comes Notre Dame. Mabry, and that pass well in advance of Citron.
Right into athletic director Jack Swarbrick for Notre Dame. Trying to get Citron open in the open floor.
Setting up for a big finish. 5 minutes to go to the ACC championship game for the winner. Into the lane, blocked out of bounds on the shot by Williams. 10 on the shot, 4:50 on the game clock when we come back to Greensboro.
Notre Dame.
Well, it's a 2-point game, under 5 to go. Thank you, Kelly. Marshall with 14 to lead the way for the Canes. Dodson and Westbeld in double figures for the Irish. Shot clock violation.
I'm not sure Miami recognized.
Well, the critical decision making down the stretch.
Pendande fighting Dodson for space inside. Dodson saying, throw it back up top. Reset. Horns.
Citron and a whistle off the ball with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Going to be on Marshall. Her second.
Notre Dame without any team fouls in this fourth quarter. Miami has 2. Keep an eye on that. That's interesting.
Both sides could have fouls to give late. Dodson missed the gimme.
Look at Marshall rebound in traffic.
Got Ariavets running with her for the lay-in. 4-point swing to Miami. And a 4-point lead.
Coach Meyer slapping the floor. That's the universal signal for lock it down and get a stop.
Another foul on Marshall off the ball, trying to contain Citron.
Look at Marshall on the push. That's why you run hard. You get rewarded with a layup. It's a great traffic rebound right down the middle of the floor.
Citron on the inbound.
Nice. What a beautiful play by the freshman. Curls off that screen, contorts her body.
Ariavets, here's Marshall. Got the range. Harden. Around and out. Still without a basket in this fourth quarter for Harden.
Jalea Williams face guarding Olivia Miles. That means you're in a no-help situation. You make someone else initiate and score.
Citron to kick out. Westbeld for 3, and the Irish grab the lead.
They need to review it. See, in the beginning of the game, if that happens, you wait till the next dead ball. That's a good job by the officials to stop the game right now, because we're talking time and score right here with 2:55 to play. So it was scored a 3 on the floor, correct?
Yes, and it will stay that way. This shouldn't take too long. Famous last words. 2:55 to play.
Oh, it won't take long with Dee Cantner over there.
Got it. Dee's got it. Dee Cantner, Carla Fountain, Tiara Cruz. And the numbers now for Maddie Westbeld. Sophomore out of Kettering, Ohio, gets the Irish the lead back. Citron and Westbeld have scored all the Notre Dame points here in the fourth. Miami has been held to just 4 points so far in the first 7 minutes of this final stanza. After the big outburst late in the game to upset Louisville, will they have some more magic? Harden. Area vets will take it and score again.
Another big play by Carla.
Miami back on top.
Toughness right here. It's about toughness. It's about detail. Who wants it more?
Citron tried to drop it off for Dodson. And it's Miami basketball.
Carla Area Vets scored in transition. And now she's going to score in their quarter court.
Ball in a 1-point lead. 2 minutes to go for a spot in the ACC final. Marshall looking for three, and she nails it! And a kiss to the crowd.
The best three-point shooter in the history of Miami basketball.
Gives them the 4-point lead. Miles. Pass knocked away.
Good foul. No, that's a first-team foul.
Let's revisit that Marshall three.
Kelsey Marshall. The ball goes inside to the elbow logo area. And then a kick out to three with a little kiss to the crowd.
Smoochy, smoochy. All right, so the Irish will, as you mentioned, we'll be keeping an eye on the team fouls. Just 1 for Notre Dame, 3 for Miami. Remember, 5 fouls in the women's game gets you 2 free throws. No 1-and-1.
It was a good foul because it sets your defense. And you're not playing in transition.
Marshall with contact, and she'll head to the line.
And that's going to be on Dotson. How about Kelsey Marshall digging deep right here?
Fourth on Dodson. Marshall is a 71% free throw shooter. 1 for 2 today.
When you're deciding whether you want to come back or not, these are the moments right here for why you come back.
Got 1 or 2.
Coach Meyer's got some interesting body language going on here when the shot's going on.
She wants to be a 6th defender right here.
Well, she's a point guard on this end of the floor.
Westbeld, Dodson, fighting for position. Knocked loose by Pendande, and then she stepped out of bounds.
The defensive effort of Pendande. This has been a foot fight inside right here. Show your hands. Oh, that's all ball. Hits on the baseline. This is a spot throw in. I think you look to trap, you try to get a steal. You got to be aggressive here if you're Notre Dame.
1 minute to go. The 7 seed has already bounced the 2 seed Louisville. They're working on the 3 seed Notre Dame. Timeout Canes. Your time management, your game management, your pressure management, trying to get to the finals for the first time ever.
Kelsey Marshall, 4 for 11 outside the three-point line, 18 points. I might have to get out my tape measure for this. Kelsey, you go ahead and shoot till your arm falls off, young lady. Upset over Louisville yesterday. Could it be another upset opportunity for Miami? We've been talking about the depth of the league all season, Beth. I mean, it's the deepest the league has ever been, in my estimation. More teams in the top 20. Conference has more teams in the top 20 net than any other league. 2 #1 seeds potentially in the NCAA tournament.
Irish still with 2 fouls to give.
Dotson doesn't want to commit one. Oh,
Harden can't put it down. Mabry's got the rebound. Timeout. Harden can't believe it. Couldn't miss yesterday in the 4th quarter, and
wow.
Perhaps the basketball gods.
I mean, you can't get an easier shot than that.
Wow.
She does all the work. She gets Mabry inside. I'm sure that wasn't a foul.
Yeah.
Mabry grabbing her.
So there is the situation. The possession arrow is with Notre Dame. 2-possession game here. Both sides with timeouts. They started out the weekend not even sure they were going to the NCAA tournament. They have, in all likelihood, secured that spot. And what other damage can they do?
I mean, Miami has led for almost 33 minutes of this game.
Mabry for 3. That's good.
That's America's play. Reject the screen, drive baseline, rescreen, 3-point shot. Beautifully executed.
A 5-second differential, and then the Irish commit the foul.
Watch this precision. Miles drives baseline. The rescreen by Dotson. Wide open, Mabry.
So now you've got, well, the shot clock essentially out of play here, 30.5 to 30. One more foul to give for Notre Dame.
Yeah, you got to look to hard trap, steal, take a chance. They're going to come with a hard trap right here. There's a foul.
And now the next one will get Miami to the line to shoot 2.
When you start thinking about who do you want to foul, Pendande is an option. Harden made her free throws late.
Dotson has 4 fouls for Notre Dame. She's the only one that would get knocked out by committing a foul here. And she is on Pendande. Marshall to inbound.
Can't get beat over the top on this.
Gray with the catch, and then she is fouled. A 76% free throw shooter. These will be her first of the day.
Another senior stepping to the line in a late game situation. Notre Dame is going to call timeout here. They do have 2 remaining to advance the ball. Can I say it? Because I say it every time. I missed the 1-on-1.
Makes both, and it's a 2-possession game. Timeout Notre Dame to push the ball to midcourt.
Now, Miami's got a foul to give. I mean, I would consider giving it if it's not in the shooting area, right? You make them inbound the ball going away from the basket. Here's the other thing too, Beth. If they inbound the ball below the free throw line, and you foul, the ball's going to be inbounded on the baseline. I think it's much harder to guard a baseline out of bounds play than it is a sideline. Just a couple of things to consider, but these are all things that you go over in situations in practice, so you're ready for this kind of moment.
North Carolina tied a game with a buzzer beater. Miami won a game with a buzzer beater here at the ACC tournament, and now Notre Dame's turn with the ball down 3. Citron has been a go-to along with Westbeld here in this fourth quarter. But of course, when you talk about three-point shooters, you've also got Mabry. You've also got, is Sam Brunell in the game? Looks like she is not. The ball handler, Miles, is 1 for 2 today. Percentage-wise on the season, she's under 30%.
Well, look for Miles inbounding it, your best passer, to get it right back.
You like a quick 2 here?
See, I don't like a quick, no, I don't. Yes, I do. I do like them attacking. I would consider let her dribble a couple times, then get her.
Miles, and now the clock ticking down, almost picked off, knocked out of bounds.
They're setting up for a 3.
They pretty much have to now, and again, Miami does have a foul to give.
It's a tough spot to inbound the ball down in the corner.
Mabry. Miles. Looking for Mabry. Gets it up for 3. No good. Harden comes down with the rebound. And Miami has done it for the second day in a row. An upset of the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame, and the Canes will play for the ACC championship for the first time in school history. Ousting the 2 seed and the 3 seed to advance. And a date with North Carolina State tomorrow.